Parents, beware. Monsters are among us.
The days of Roblox being a kid's game is long gone.
Why is Roblox more focused on adding dating features and fixing a platform overrun by predators?
Roblox, one of the world's largest gaming platforms, is under mounting scrutiny after being accused of protecting child predators, a crisis that has already wiped $12.7 billion from the company's value in just 14 days. The backlash stems from both community anger and mounting legal pressure as parents, regulators, and lawmakers question whether the gaming giant is doing enough to safeguard minors on its platform.
What Roblox did could potentially stop some predators from facing real-life consequences.
The controversy intensified after Roblox banned popular YouTuber Schlep, who gained attention for his To Catch a Predator-style investigations inside the game aimed at highlighting the problem. Schlep says Roblox issued him a cease and desist, accusing him of breaking rules by simulating child endangerment conversations, collecting personal data, and moving chats off-platform. At the same time, Roblox updated its terms of service to prohibit all vigilante groups, warning that anyone involved could lose their accounts.
This guy is hurting Roblox's reputation. Why is he hurting Roblox's reputation? Because he's kind of shining a light on a really big issue in the Roblox space, and that's bad actors in the Roblox space. And that makes Roblox look bad. And Roblox looking bad hurts their public reception. It hurts their stock. It hurts their bottom line. It hurts their financials. And so what do? They get rid of them.
Schlep and his supporters argued that his investigations directly contributed to predator arrests, claiming 6 cases in the past year were tied to Roblox, yet every account he used has now been terminated. Critics say Roblox actions risk shielding predators from exposure, especially as many dangerous users were only banned after Schlep's videos drew attention to them.
It's all about educating, talking to your children, communicating with them, making sure that they understand true online safety. And I think a lot of parents actually don't really realize, what these young people are engaging with, in these games. And we're getting more of a sense, I think, of how vulnerable they are. But really it is about working with young people. We're not going to be able to stop them engaging on these types of games, which are very social, interactive, but make sure that they know that they shouldn't be sharing personal information. If anything concerns them, that's the way somebody has contacted them, for example, that they can talk to you. So it's about open communication within families and making sure that your children know the dangers and that they can talk to you and share that information when they're concerned.
Roblox insists it works with law enforcement, including the FBI and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, filing more than 24,000 reports last year. But critics argue its systems are ineffective, pointing to repeated failures to remove predators or inappropriate content until public pressure forced action.
The fact that there are so many incidents every year is certainly concerning, but if you think of the number of young people that are on these games, that are engaging with them all of the time, we would expect a high number of responses. However, the fact that so many young people do it does make them vulnerable, and predators know that they can access young people in these spaces, that their guard may be down, they may think they're talking to other people their own age. So I think that it's great that these games do take some responsibility, and I know that they use AI, for example, to monitor conversations to try and make sure that everything is appropriate. They've put age restrictions in as well, under 13 you can't contact these young people directly, but ultimately if people want to get around these types of barriers, they will. The predators will try and do that. So they're doing their best in some ways, but I think certainly more needs to be done to protect young people online.
The dispute has spiralled globally, with Australia's eSafety Commission previously warning that predators were targeting children on Roblox, urging tougher moderation and safety features. Making matters worse, Roblox has faced criticism over its handling of sexually explicit hangout games. The company recently restricted bedrooms, bathrooms, and similar environments to players aged 17 and over, an update that high-profile creators say fails to solve the problem, since 17-year-olds are still minors.
And I think there are so many ways that young people are vulnerable that, we do have to, I think, start thinking about how we can really truly protect them. And one of those ways is to restrict that kind of privacy time they might have with their personal devices, make it more open, make it more communicative, make it part of the family environment, and that may make them more aware of who they're talking to, and potentially, if they are concerned, somebody can be right there.
Many have called for such content to be restricted to 18+, while some argue the games should be banned outright. With billions already lost in market value, mounting lawsuits, and intensifying public pressure, Roblox is facing its biggest crisis yet, accused not just of failing to protect children, but of silencing those trying to expose the dangers.
For super sensitive topics that families might have very different opinions on or might want to approach with their kids in very sensitive ways, we just can't guarantee that that stuff is handled in a developmentally appropriate way on the platform. And so we're giving parents the choice to either enable access to games that are primarily themed on those topics or not. That's in the parental controls now.